Number 1. The silent power of guilt. How they twist your morality. Have you ever said yes to something you didn't want to do, just to avoid feeling guilty? That wasn't kindness. That was manipulation. We've all been there. A friend, a colleague, or even a family member says, "After everything I've done for you," and suddenly you feel obligated. Your chest tightens. You can't say no, because now it's not about the favor. It's about being a good person. This is the silent power of guilt. And when someone masters this art, they can control you without ever raising their voice. By the end of this section, you'll know exactly how people weaponize guilt against you, and more importantly, how to break free like the Stoics did centuries ago. Imagine Marcus, a high-ranking officer in the Roman Empire. He's surrounded by senators who constantly expect favors. One day, a senator approaches him. "Marcus, after all the support I've given you in the council, surely you can endorse my proposal." Marcus feels the weight of duty. His reputation, his sense of gratitude, they're all being used as chains. Seneca warned us about this. He who gives only to receive has already sold you. Sound familiar? That's because today, it's the same script. After all the sacrifices I made for you, I thought we were friends. You owe me this. The guilt they plant makes you question your morality. You start thinking, if I say no, I'm selfish. But that's the trap. Value drops, mindset shifts actions. Here's the truth. Guilt is the easiest lever to pull because it attacks your identity. But as Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. 3 rules to escape the guilt trap. Rule number 1. Pause before you respond. Guilt thrives on urgency. Slow down. Say, "Let me think about it." Rule number 2. Separate obligation from manipulation. True kindness expects nothing in return. If someone is keeping score, that's control, not care. Rule number 3. Redefine good. Being a good person doesn't mean being a doormat. It means acting with integrity, not compliance. Next time someone says, "After all I've done for you," ask yourself, would they still care if I said no? If the answer is no, they're not being generous. They're being strategic. If you've ever felt trapped by guilt, you're not alone. And this video is about breaking those chains. Stay with me, because what comes next is even more dangerous than guilt. Number 2. Playing the victim. Why your empathy becomes their weapon. What's harder than saying no to someone who's sad? Saying no when they've convinced you that their sadness is your fault. You've seen it before. Someone sighs dramatically, says, "I guess no one cares about me." And suddenly, you feel responsible for their happiness. You drop everything to comfort them. And you don't even notice, you've just been manipulated. In the next few minutes, you'll understand how the victim card becomes the ultimate psychological weapon, and how to stop falling for it without losing your compassion. Picture a scene in ancient Rome. A senator named Lucius wants special treatment from Marcus Aurelius. When Marcus refuses, Lucius slumps his shoulders, looks down, and says, "I expected more loyalty from a friend in my time of suffering." He paints himself as helpless, abandoned, forcing Marcus to either comply or carry the guilt of being heartless. Fast forward 2,000 years, and the script hasn't changed. "I guess I'm just not important to you. Don't worry about me. I'm used to being let down. You have no idea how much pain I'm in." Your empathy, your beautiful human capacity for compassion, becomes the lever they pull to control your choices. As Seneca once wrote, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectation, and the expectation of others is the chain that binds the soul." Here's how to disarm the victim tactic without becoming cold or cruel. Step 1. Separate emotion from obligation. Feel empathy, but don't confuse it with responsibility. Their feelings are real, but they're not your burden to fix. Step 2. Watch for patterns. Everyone has bad days. But if someone always needs rescuing when you set boundaries, that's manipulation, not misfortune. Step 3. Respond with support, not submission. Say, "I hear you. I hope things get better for you." Notice, there's care in your words, but no compliance in your actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When someone plays the victim, they're trying to make their emotions your event. Don't take that bait. Stick around because the next tactic is even more subtle, and it uses something you love against you: flattery. Number 3, the sweet trap of flattery. How compliments become chains. They say compliments are harmless. But what if I told you the sweetest words can become the strongest chains? Have you ever heard this? You're the only one I can count on. No one does this as perfectly as you. It feels good, so good that you don't even notice the trap tightening around you. Suddenly, you feel an unspoken obligation to live up to that praise. That's not appreciation, that's control. By the end of this section, you'll see why flattery is one of the most dangerous forms of manipulation, and how to recognize when a compliment is a contract in disguise. Imagine a young philosopher studying under Epictetus. His mentor says, "You are the most promising student I have ever taught. The future of wisdom rests on your shoulders." Now, the student feels honored, but also trapped. Every mistake will now feel like a failure of expectation. Fast forward to today, and we hear the same script. "You're such a good friend. No one else would do this for me. You're the best employee on the team. I can always count on you to stay late." Notice what happened. The compliment wasn't just praise. It was a chain. Because the moment you accept the title of the best or the only one, you subconsciously agree to protect it. Seneca once warned, "A gift becomes a debt when expectation follows it." Flattery is the gift. Obligation is the debt. How do you break free from this velvet rope of words? Step 1. Accept praise, reject pressure. A simple thank you is enough. You don't need to repay a compliment with compliance. Step 2. Spot the pattern. If compliments always come right before a favor, it's not kindness, it's currency. Step 3. Anchor yourself in stoic neutrality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." Enjoy the words, but don't let them define your decisions. Next up is the most common and the most invisible trick. They don't use words at all. They use silence. Number 4. Silent treatment. The power of withholding words. Sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't what's said, it's what's not said. Silence can be louder than a scream. Have you ever sent a long message and got nothing back? Or maybe you walked into a room, greeted someone warmly, and they ignored you? That hollow feeling in your stomach? That's the silent treatment working its magic. This isn't just someone being quiet. This is a deliberate act, a psychological game where silence becomes punishment. It's meant to make you anxious, guilty, and desperate for approval. By the end of this, you'll see why silence is one of the deadliest manipulation tools, and how to stop letting it control your emotions. Picture this. A friend is upset with you, but instead of telling you why, they go completely cold. They don't respond to your calls. They leave you messages on read. What happens inside you? Your mind starts racing. What did I do wrong? Did I upset them? Should I apologize? Before you know it, you're apologizing for things you didn't even do, just to restore peace. Congratulations. You've been manipulated without a single word spoken. Seneca wrote something profound here. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. He meant life will always present hardships. Silence from others shouldn't be one of them. Their silence doesn't define your worth. It only exposes their strategy. Step 1. Recognize the game. If silence follows conflict, it's not maturity, it's control. Step 2. Don't chase closure. The more you run after answers, the more power you give away. Your calmness is your shield. Step 3. Adopt stoic detachment. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Someone ignoring you? That's outside your control. How you react? That's yours. Instead of begging for attention, respond with polite neutrality. Whenever you're ready to talk, I'm here. Then detach. Silence back not in anger, but in strength. Next, number 5. Guilt trips turning your kindness into chains. Ever said no and instantly felt like the worst person alive? That wasn't your conscience. It was someone pulling your emotional strings. You agree to do things you don't want to do. Why? Because saying no feels impossible. You've heard lines like, "After everything I've done for you, wow, I guess I can't count on you. I thought we were closer than this." And suddenly, you're drowning in guilt for choosing yourself. That's not kindness. That's control. By the end of this, you'll learn how guilt trips weaponize your empathy and how to break free without losing your sense of compassion. Imagine this. You've had a long day. You just want to rest. Then your friend calls, asking for a favor that will take hours. You politely decline. What happens next? "I can't believe you. Remember when I helped you last month?" Boom. Now you feel selfish, ungrateful, even though your no was completely reasonable. This is the trap. Manipulators exploit your good nature to make your boundaries feel like betrayal. Epictetus once said, "No person is free who is not master of himself." If guilt controls you, you're not free. You're a prisoner of someone else's expectations. Step 1. Spot the pattern. If someone always brings up past favors when you say no, they're not helping you. They're keeping score. Step 2. Flip the script. Respond calmly. "I appreciate what you did, but I can't commit to this right now." Notice the balance. Gratitude plus boundary. Step 3. Stoic shield. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. If saying yes feels wrong for your mental health, then your no is not selfish, it's righteous. Bonus technique. Pause before agreeing. Ask yourself, am I saying yes because I want to or because I'm scared of guilt? If it's fear, the answer should be no. Next, we'll tackle the most dangerous manipulation of all, the one that makes you doubt reality itself. Number 6. Gaslighting, the art of making you question your reality. Have you ever walked away from an argument thinking, am I going crazy? That's not confusion. It's psychological warfare. Welcome to gaslighting. You remember something clearly, but they say, that never happened. You feel hurt, but they reply, you're too sensitive. You express concern, and they hit you with, you're imagining things. Sound familiar? Gaslighting isn't just lying. It's rewriting your reality until you don't trust your own mind. By the end of this section, you'll know the 3 stages of gaslighting and exactly how to escape its grip, so you never doubt yourself again. Picture this. You confront your partner about something they said. You know you heard it. You remember where you were standing. But they look you in the eye and say, that never happened. You're making things up. You walk away, second-guessing your memory. That's gaslighting's power. It attacks your most fundamental weapon, your perception of truth. Seneca once warned, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Gaslighters exploit this truth by planting seeds of doubt in your imagination, making you live in a false reality where they control the narrative. Stage 1. Denial. They reject your version of events. Stage 2. Doubt. You start questioning your memory. Stage 3. Dependence. You rely on them for what's true. How to break free, document reality, keep receipts, texts, notes, even voice memos. Your memory isn't weak. Their manipulation is strong. Trust your gut. Stoics like Epictetus taught. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Trust that inner voice. It's wiser than you think. Call out calmly. Say, I know what I experienced. I'm not debating it. You don't need to prove truth to someone committed to denying it. Gaslighting thrives in silence. The more you doubt yourself, the more they win. The antidote? Radical self-trust and clarity. Up next, the final and most toxic manipulation tactic, love bombing, when affection becomes a weapon. Number 7. Love bombing, when affection becomes a weapon. Ever met someone who showers you with compliments, gifts, and constant attention, only to later control and crush you? That's not love. That's a trap. At first, it feels magical. They text good morning, beautiful before the sun rises. They call you the most amazing person they've ever met. You think, wow, I've finally found someone who truly values me. But fast forward a few months, they start controlling who you talk to. They punish you with silence when you set boundaries. And you're left wondering, where did that loving person go? By the end of this section, you'll learn the hidden cycle of love bombing, why it's one of the most dangerous manipulation tactics, and how to spot it before it traps you. Imagine Marcus, a young professional, who meets someone that seems perfect. Within a week, they've planned vacations, talked about marriage, and called him their soulmate. Marcus feels lucky until he notices something odd. The moment he takes time for himself, the compliments turn to guilt trips. Why don't you care about me like I care about you? This isn't romance. This is power disguised as passion. Even Stoic philosopher Epictetus would warn us. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Love bombing gives the illusion of love while taking away your freedom. The cycle of love bombing. Phase 1. Idealization. They flood you with affection and attention. Phase 2. Devaluation. Suddenly, they criticize or withdraw love. Phase 3. Control. You start chasing their approval to get back the person they pretended to be. How to protect yourself. Check the pace. Genuine love grows slowly. Manipulation rushes. Watch for strings. Do their compliments come with guilt trips or obligations? That's control, not care. Stay independent. Keep your hobbies, friendships, and routines. If someone demands all your time, that's not love, it's ownership. Real love feels steady, not overwhelming. If someone's affection feels like a tidal wave, it's probably meant to drown you. You've just uncovered 7 ways people manipulate you without you noticing. But awareness is power only if you act. If you found this eye-opening, hit that subscribe button for more mind-shifting insights, and share this video to help someone break free from manipulation. Take back your power. If you made it this far, you now understand something most people never will. Manipulation hides in plain sight. It's not always loud. It's subtle, smooth, and calculated. And here's the truth. People who manipulate you don't steal your power. You give it away, piece by piece, every time you ignore the signs. But not anymore. We talked about the silent tactics. Gaslighting that makes you doubt your reality, guilt trips disguised as care, silent treatments that break your confidence, and love bombing that feels like passion but poisons your freedom now. Ask yourself, where in my life am I tolerating this? Because the moment you spot manipulation and set boundaries, you shift from being controlled to being in control. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, no person is free who is not master of themselves. Freedom begins when you take back your mind. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe to Unbreakable Mind, because every week we bring you the tools to build mental toughness, emotional discipline, and a mindset that no one can break. Hit like if you value your freedom. Share this with someone who needs this truth. Comment below. Which manipulation tactic have you experienced? Remember, your mind is your kingdom. Guard it well.